I have not dug into anyone else's college tuition yet, though I may have.
College tuition. That's a great answer. That is great. All right, we are going to get to the most expensive game on next year's schedule, but we got to start with the Lakers this morning. Their season is winding down quickly. Final push for them to maybe build a little momentum, try to put it all together. They got the Pacers on Saturday. They got the Pelicans on Sunday. They do still have a chance to avoid the dreaded play-in tournament, but LeBron James, who has yet to return to the lineup, has his sights set far beyond that. Here's LeBron from Wednesday's banner ceremony.
We would not send this banner to the rafters without you guys, and I know we're missing a lot of our Laker faithful, but this is absolutely for you guys. We said we would not reveal this banner until we had some of you guys in the seats, so this is you guys' moment. We had our ring night. We wanted you guys there, but we made sure we saved the banner for y'all, so we love you guys, and on the road to back-to-back starts in about a week, so let's get going.
Whoa.
LeBron James putting it out there. Nick, you've been saying all week long you're not worried at all about the play-in game. You might be the only one. Do you still feel the same way?
Oh, not only do I feel the same way, now there are a lot of different machinations that could happen over the final 72 hours of the season, seeding-wise. But if the bracket holds mostly to form, meaning that Utah and Phoenix are the 1 and the 2, or the 2 and the 1, and the Clippers stay the 3, not only am I not worried about the play-in game, I would prefer the play-in game. Now, I know I'm a man on an island on that, but Jenna,
yes,
you called it the dreaded play-in game. The first play-in game would come against either Memphis or Golden State. They play each other on Sunday. The winner of that game will be the 8 seed. The Lakers this year are 5-1 against Memphis and Golden State. 4 of those victories, utter blowouts. The one loss was a 2-point loss where the Lakers fell asleep in the fourth quarter and blew a 14-point lead late. So I would prefer a path to the Western Conference Finals that starts with Utah or Phoenix than one that starts with a Clippers team that, if you've noticed this year, I have held back the slander on compared to last year, because this year they are a far better team than they were last year. I do not understand what I would call faux concern about the idea that the Lakers, if they are in the play-in game, are going to lose consecutive games to either Memphis, Golden State, or San Antonio, 2 of those 3. I don't think anyone actually believes it. So I would prefer the play-in game. Now, the Blazers might screw that up for the Lakers, and they might end up the 6th seed. But right now, that's what I'm rooting for.
Oh, man. So LeBron James, banner night, talking about the road to back-to-back starts next week. Well, it started months ago, LeBron. You guys went from the number 1 seed, now you're the number 7 seed. So, Wilds, here's the deal. You got LeBron James with a nagging ankle injury. I don't know if you want more games. We're talking about a play-in tournament. It's almost like college basketball. You don't want to be in that tournament. You don't want to be playing extra games. You don't want that. And then you got AD. AD got a nagging this, a nagging that. These guys don't need extra games. They don't need extra miles and minutes on their body. They need to get healthy, and I don't know where they're at in that process, and they need to come together and try to get back on track. But right now, adding games to it is not the solution, Wilds.
See, the healthy part is interesting because you don't know how healthy they are. Are we sure that the Lakers know how healthy they are? Because, Nick, we talked about it, that LeBron was supposed to come back and face Julius Randle, and we were ready for a big New York versus LA matchup. And then Woj was like, nah, you know what? He's not going to go. He's going to wait to play against the Rockets. So I'm like, all right, great. Oh, it's the Rockets. You get to beat up on the worst team in the league. And then LeBron's like, not quite. I'll do the banner ceremony, and I'll talk about next week that we'll be on the road to back-to-back. We look at how many games they played last year versus this year. And I know last year I'm not worried about their chemistry. It felt like they were just on a straight path to the finals, and they did it. But it's less than half the games and a third of the minutes. So again, Nick, I'm not worried about their chemistry. I am worried about their health. And like Brandon says, any little extra wear and tear on the road to 16 wins to win that championship, I wouldn't want. So are you worried about their health is a question for the resident Lakers fan and analyst.
Well, listen, I'm not a Lakers fan, first of all. Second of all, of course there is a level of concern because this will be the first time in LeBron's career he goes into the playoffs dealing with an actual injury. He's only ever had one other injury in his career of a significant nature, and that year they missed the playoffs his first year in LA. So, of course, that's there. But you guys are saying extra wear and tear, so then just don't play on Sunday. That's it. It's not that hard. Just don't play Sunday. If you guys are advocating they play Saturday and Sunday to try to avoid the play-in. I'm saying play Saturday, get everyone back together, play a game Saturday, give everyone the day off Sunday. Who cares if you lose it? And then go kick the Warriors or the Grizzlies' teeth down their throats and get ready for Utah or Phoenix. I just like now I understand why I don't think LeBron is a huge fan of the idea of going to the play-in because if you look at LeBron's playoff history, what's his and his team's worst game? Game 1. His 4 rings he's won, they've lost game 1 of the finals 3 of those 4 times. The only game 1 they won for any of his rings was actually last year. In the playoffs last year, they lost game 1 to Portland. They lost game 1 to Houston because LeBron traditionally in a playoff series... Right, and LeBron traditionally in a playoff series uses game 1 as a feel-out game, so he wouldn't be able to do that. I just don't think the Grizzlies or the Warriors are very good, and if you happen to get unlucky and lose to one of them, then you're going to have to lose to either one of them or the Spurs the next day. And again, I keep hearing people say this is concerning. I haven't heard anyone yet say, I think the Lakers will lose back-to-back elimination games and won't make the playoffs. So if they're going to make the playoffs, I don't understand I think it's faux concern. It's like, and so I think it is actually better for them as far as the path goes if they do end up in the play-in.
Okay, they get in the play-in and they handle their business. Now they're in the playoffs, and it's still going to be concerning for this team because of AD. That's the key to all of this. LeBron James probably will be fine. He's a smart guy. He seemed confident hanging up that banner and speaking to the crowd. But AD, like I said, he has a nagging this, a nagging that, and he's not playing well, Nick. So that's something that you guys have to think about as you go into the playoffs. All of this confidence that you have, man, I feel like it's misled.
How is that? I guess I disagree on he's not playing well. I think since the Denver game he's played excellent. But how is that different? I'm just curious. How is the concerns about nagging this, nagging that with Anthony Davis any different than the concerns for that with Kawhi and the Clippers, the second best team in the conference? How's it any different? The history's not different.
Here's the deal. It's about your record, right? Like, so every team is dealing with something. The Nets are dealing with something. But right now, they're the number 2 seed in the East. And then you look at the West, LeBron and those guys, where did they start off before he went down? Where were they, the 2nd seed or the 3rd seed? And now they're the 7th seed, bro? So that's the problem, is that